United Airlines Flight 8612 is a scheduled service which departs Montreal Trudeau Airport every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, bound for Europe, landing the next morning at 6:50 a.m. local time at Brussels Zaventem Airport after 9 hours of flight time. The interesting part is that United Airlines does not physically operate any flight from Montreal to Brussels. Neither Montreal or Brussels are airport hubs for United, and the aircraft used for this specific route is a Canadian-registered Air Canada Boeing 777-300ER. How is this possible? And why does the ticket, check-in counter, and flight screens at the airport show that this flight from Montreal to Brussels is branded as a United Airlines flight, even though it is operated by Air Canada? To answer that question, we need to dive deep into the world of airline cooperation. The truth is that United Flight 8612 is not the actual flight number of this transatlantic flight. This number belongs to a codeshare flight of the prime Air Canada Flight 832. Codeshare flights are agreements between two or more airlines that allow external operators to sell tickets for a route flown by one airline. Those external operators, such as United in this case, can and do assign their own flight numbers in order to be able to market them and sell seats to their customers as if they were offering any other flight as usual. The main advantage for airlines thanks to codeshare agreements is that they can expand their route networks enormously by offering new destinations that are not served directly by the airline. On the other hand, passengers do also benefit from codeshare agreements by reaching their destination in the fastest and most efficient way possible, minimizing layovers and connections than if they had to plan it on their own. A single flight can be codeshared by multiple airlines in order to ease the process of capturing potential customers. Air Canada Flight 832, for example, is also marketed by Brussels Airlines, Austrian, Croatia Airlines, United, and Lufthansa. Thanks to this, a passenger wanting to fly from Montreal to Zagreb can book a connecting itinerary as well with Croatia Airlines via Brussels, flying this time the first leg on Flight 5915 and then transferring onto Flight 457 onwards to Zagreb Airport, after just 2 hours and 30 minutes of layover at Zaventem Airport. It is not unusual for airlines to sell a code-shared flight separately to customers. Code-shared flights tend to be accompanied by a prior or posterior additional flight that is indeed operated by the seller airline, like in the example showed with Croatia Airlines. When two or more airlines work together code-sharing flights and partner in a large number of routes and services, they can sometimes decide to create or join an airline alliance. An airline alliance is a group of various carriers that constantly partner on each other's networks and products. On our example flight from Montreal to Brussels, all 6 airlines offering seats for this route by code-sharing belong to the Star Alliance partnership, which was actually the first one ever created in 1997 by 5 founder members in order to take their partnerships to the next level. Belonging to an airline alliance, a company can not only share almost the entirety of the route networks of the rest of the members, but also is able to make use of other airlines' products like airport lounges in order to improve the overall offering to customers. There are 3 main alliances functioning at the moment. Star Alliance is made up of 26 members and includes giants such as United, Lufthansa, Turkish Airlines, and Singapore Airlines. With 20 members is Skyteam and is made up of large carriers of the likes of Air France, KLM, Delta, Korean Air, and Saudi Arabian. Last but not least is OneWorld, which was founded in February 1999 and today includes influential airlines from around the globe such as American Airlines, British Airways, Qantas, and Qatar Airways. When looking at the main commercial aviation markets of the world and their main carriers, we can see an interesting pattern where in almost all cases, every one of the 3 largest alliances takes up a large share of that division by being represented by a member airline of it. For example, in the domestic market of the United States, OneWorld is represented by American, Skyteam is represented by Delta, and Star Alliance by United Airlines. On the other hand, in the crucial Middle Eastern market, marked by seamless connectivity between Europe and Asia, OneWorld is once again represented by its full member Qatar Airways based in Doha, while Skyteam and Star Alliance come into play by maintaining big bonds with Etihad Airways and Emirates with codeshare flights, even though none of them belongs to any airline alliance. Belonging to an alliance can also enormously help carriers to ensure a safe and efficient travel for customers in case a flight is delayed or canceled thanks to partnerships with other airlines. For example, if KLM Flight 611 from Amsterdam to Chicago suffers a sudden cancellation, passengers can easily be rebooked onto a Delta flight leaving a few hours later to any of their hubs in the United States, like Detroit, in order to take afterwards a connecting flight to Chicago. This alternative ends up being quicker than staying in Amsterdam 24 hours waiting for the next day departure of KLM, and is possible thanks to the fact that KLM and Delta belong to the Skyteam Alliance. On some occasions, the collaboration between two or more airlines can extend beyond the passenger experience and route networking and move into the financial world, leading to airline mergers, also known as airline groups. An airline group works similarly to an alliance. However, it involves the financial merger between two or more airlines into a single enterprise, even though all brands are maintained. One of the most famous airline groups worldwide is the International Airlines Group, which today is under full financial control of the brands Iberia, British Airways, Aer Lingus, LEVEL, and Vueling. Even though all these carriers are directed by their own independent headboards and operate on separate markets and flights, the overall results and most significant decisions are made by the parent group. Some of those decisions involve hub openings, aircraft acquisitions, and more. IAG, for example, placed an order for 150 Boeing 737 MAX aircraft options in October 2022, despite not directly operating any aircraft. In this case, the group can purchase these airplanes and then distribute them accordingly into its subsidiaries depending on the needs and capabilities of the airlines it has under its control. Additionally, an airline group can and do frequently transfer aircraft from one member airlines to another if needed to cover a sudden rise in demand. This practice is not possible to make between two allied airlines, and it is also one of the reasons why the liveries of carriers belonging to one group are similar, in order to reduce painting costs once an airplane is transferred from one to another. One aspect that is also simplified inside an airline group is the process of aircraft maintenance. This is because, as for example, IAG is also the owner of the maintenance facilities of Iberia. Any aircraft from British Airways or Aer Lingus, among others, can fly to Madrid Barajas Airport to easily receive all necessary maintenance checks at any moment. The world of commercial aviation is more connected than ever before, and it is in large part thanks to the seamless partnership between airlines around the globe. Code-sharing flights, joining airline alliances, and merging into large financial enterprises are just a few of the uncountable methods of airline cooperation in the aviation industry. Do you know any other practice airlines make to work together? Let us know in the comments section below.